Get going, get going. Let me know, let me know.
So
And welcome back to MCRN KRE Special. It is, wait, look at the name. It is Thursday Night Thunder here for the NextEra Energy 3K, 3K. I'm your host, Marcus, and I'm here with Sin and Blake. Sin as my co-host, and today should be a great day. Sin, how we feeling?
pretty good. I race here in Talladega, so I might have a little bit of a say in how this race might go. Related to draft, draft will be a little bit weird today. It might be a little different from Talladega because at Talladega, you get really huge runs, and the bump draft was a little weird because you couldn't even bump draft. So probably expect not that much bump drafting, just a lot of taps and momentum and runs. But later on, we should expect to see some of the draft go away. So yeah, we're going to see quite a bit of a lot of racing today. Just relating to what type of racing. It's going to get hectic, maybe calm down a bit. So yeah, it's Daytona for you, and yeah, looking forward to how this one's going to go.
And it's a familiar booth, as you know, from MCRN. MRC has shut down, and MCRN is now moving to D3 as we are now. The Bubbles Truck Series, apologies. It has been a little bit since I've commentated in a bit. It's been a week, but it's just a lot of pressure for a new series, especially lower division. So on the pole position is, or let's just run down the field. On pole is, what's his name, Blake? It's gonna be a little bit to get. Carmelo on pole, his first career pole, I believe, a new driver in second place. Rounding out your row one is Napa Boy, the number 10 Ford Max Force.
Then next up for row 2, we're going to round it off with Shank Solly in the number 90 Great Clips truck. And then right behind him in fourth place to round off row 2 is going to be Black Mamba in the 51. Very nice car.
That is cut. And in row number 3, that is Prime in the 31 Chevrolet Wolfpack. And right next to him is Kimi Torres in the number 33 Longhorn Chevrolet. You know him, you love him. He's the owner of KRE, and he's the name Kimi Speedworld.
For the next row, I'm going to be just naming off the list I see here. Marcus, correct me if I'm wrong. But next up, right behind Kimi to start off row 3, we're going to have Blocks Blaze in the 17 truck. And then right behind him, we have a familiar face on this channel in MCRN. It's going to be Ford in the number 3 Bad Boy Mowers truck.
And I believe, trying to figure out the name of the Blocks Plays, but we're going to call him that until we get further notice, which I do not see, unfortunately, but maybe later we'll get it. The next row we got in 9th is Fallen. So just Fallen, I guess. I think he is a new driver, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, I could be right, who knows. In the Copy Wizard, and next to him is Neon City in the 53 Beef Chevrolet.
Next up, to start off your row 6, we're going to start off with Fallen in the 24 ZHI Zachary car. And then right behind him to end off row 6, we're going to have Roblox Ianified in the number 99 Lone Max truck.
These names are a little bit confusing, as in the back, using their provisional championship spots, being previous champions in other series, is Lil Man in a hurry in the 27, and Bubble the Wonder Boy in the 4 Monster Energy Chevrolet. And that will round out your 14 car field as we just wait on the command for them to get going. Which it might be a little bit. So as we do this, again, this is a new series. This was just opened up. Literally, signups happened like 3 days ago, and we got over 30 cars. Not 30 cars, I think like maybe 25 cars. Regardless, we close to that 30 mark. 20-something cars trying to attempt to qualify this race. The MRCL refugees, Cam Bug Noobly, tried to qualify their way in tonight, and a bunch of Bubbles Cup regulars, or KRE regulars. And again, just waiting for them to start it. Sin, this is your basically third time showing up to something, as you showed up to Bubbles Cup Talladega, and I believe the F1 one, if I'm not mistaken. Late models. You didn't show up to F1. Okay.
No, F1 delayed.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So yeah, late models. What can you say about this league and how this, just how this league drives?
Yeah, this league is definitely one of the, like, on the more different side on my end, just because I'm just so used to running the physics where, you know, Marcus dishes out, just because, you know, for road racing, all I really raced in was his leagues. No, an MRCL, NGC. So yeah, just coming into this, it was a little different trying to get used to, especially, you know, at you know, road courses, because in this league, in order to get into D1 and a couple other series, you do have to set a tryout time. So it was a little weird, you know, trying to figure it out, but it is a lot of fun. I like, you know, the telemetry data that you can see. You know, the cars feel really good at, you know, most of the tracks I've been racing on. Like, for example, Talladega was a lot of fun to race, and the same with the late models, honestly, that was a lot of fun too. But yeah, it's definitely on the different side, but once you get the hang of it, it could be a lot of fun. And yeah, once you start getting some strategy going on, you know, inside that race car, trying to figure out how you could get yourself up to the front, it makes it even better.
It definitely is. I have raced a couple of these races, and I'm not the best, so I would either not qualify out of, or not qualify in it, and I would wreck out of it. But these cars are fun. Once you get the hang of it, they are super fun. Again, very skilled. It is not a thing that you can just, like, not a regular, like, let's just say you race in Pumu. Like, you are gonna need to practice. That's what this is. That's what this is for. And this has a new truck series. This whole series is a flat out series, so a little bit different to what they do. I believe there is tire wear, there is fuel, so therefore those things will go down. So you have to figure out strategy. Will tires potentially cause the car to drift up? Will obviously wrecking, I mean, people lag, a lot of people lag with the 14 car fields. You might see some things happen, but honestly, I'm excited for this series. And you know what, to mention something else though, is what Sin said earlier was it might be a little bit weird at the start. So there is a rule, or not a rule, just basically a setting that race control has, is they will lower the draft for the start of the race. Not for the start, but maybe for like two halves, 3/4 of the way, to just to cause not many wrecks and not many problems. During testing, there was a bunch of cars wrecking out, making aggressive moves. You go 4 wide. That's not what we want to see on lap 3. So in a way to change that, they're going to turn that off, or at least lower it as the lowest they can go, and it'll be turned back on with 20 to go. So that might be exciting. That might be something, but you're just gonna have to wait and see. As again, this is the first race of Thursday Night Thunder here on MCRN Kimi Speedworld. Is there anything you would like to add on, Sin?
Yeah, I think, you know, just with the new trucks we have going, you know, just a new series, I think that might also add a little bit more of a, you know, excitement, a little bit of entertainment here. Just to really kind of see how this plays out, you know, how the truck drives, how it feels, how, you know, these guys, you know, are going to try to push the truck to get themselves to the top step of, not the podium, but victory lane today, and try to control the field. So it'll be very interesting to see, you know, how these drivers kind of, you know, adapt to these cars in a way, and yeah, just try to figure it out as they go. And, you know, fuel saving and everything. It's going to be something to watch for sure. It's going to be very exciting to see how this plays out here at Daytona International Speedway.
And for sure about saving fuel and stuff, there's going to be at least one stop. It is a It is a 75 lap race, so decently long, about an hour and a half, and at least maybe halfway, maybe you don't have to pit. No, for sure you're gonna have to pit, but for sure halfway is the way that is gonna work for Talladega. For the Nationwide Series, the one I race in, we had a one stop for Talladega, and like we had 2 packs, so potentially we could see something like that here, but who knows? Again, what was that? Damn, they're got me excited. It's like I saw them move a little bit. I'm just like, are they going? But
I heard that, yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to wait and see again. You're gonna have to wait and see too with us, as again, totally new series, but it should be a lot of fun.
Another thing, speaking of Talladega and just like, the fuel strat, there might be cautions, and that gives all these drivers to kind of have a chance to save. So yeah, I think the fuel window could potentially get stretched a little bit. But yeah, just gotta wait and see.
As we get going, starting to pace, that's Carmelo in the first place position, his first ever pole in this first race. We're gonna see what happens today. As just want to shout out, beautiful new ticker debuting here for the Thursday Night Thunder. Agent JF has made that for all series, but just want to give him a little bit of spotlight because of how amazing it is. You're going to see a lot of cool things that is made with that, and just shout out to him.
Yeah, a lot of new things making their way into Kimi's Racing Enterprise in this beautiful league. Just joined, and a lot of stuff has happened just with changes with, a new series, the ticker, a lot of stuff. They've been working hard with testing and just trying to figure everything out to make this league even better. And yeah, it's looking to be paying off so far. And yeah, just can't wait to see how this plays out in the booth and on track.
As you're just going to go around again. We are green next time.
Next time here at Daytona International Speedway. Would anyone like to have a little bit of info about this prestigious racetrack?
We would love a little bit of info. Give it to us.
Alright, I shall spread the word that we are at Daytona International Speedway here in a sunny, not really, more like a moody South Florida. Going to be racing under the lights here in Daytona, located in Daytona Beach, Florida, a very popular place. And this track is one of the reasons why, because it is a premier 2.5-mile tri-oval motorsports venue with 31-degree banking and turns, and it's very famous for hosting prestigious Daytona 500 for the NASCAR season opener. But right now, it is known for the prestigious Kimi Racing Enterprise official D3 truck series here for the first time ever under the lights. Going to be definitely one of the races to watch here. But yeah, it's a little bit of track info, and yeah, we should be going green this time.
We should, and I'm very excited. Honestly, there's a lot of hype to this series. For it being a lower series, a bunch of people were talking about this, and you know what? Who's your pick? Send from everyone you see on this field, and from what you know, who do you think's gonna come out on top?
Well, I think it might be a little bit of a reach considering the position he's in, but we have a really long race, and if there's an experienced driver that can get it done here, I think it's the one and only Bubble. Not just, glaze him or anything, but, it seems like, in the booth and even on track, he knows what he's doing. And, yeah, I feel like the number 4 Monster Energy car will look the best under victory lane, under the lights over there today. So, yeah, he is my pick to win here at Daytona International Speedway for the T3.
I would agree with you, but I'm going to go with Little Man, just to give a little bit of a rivalry, because, I mean, who wants to just completely say, Bubba's going to win? No, let's have a little brother competition as they are getting ready to go green for the first time. Thursday Night Thunder, green flag in the air. We're racing at Talladega. Talladega, Daytona, what?
Daytona's trying to see who's getting a good exit off of the trial. Looks like for this race so far, it might be the inside line that's going to get the edge on the restarts.
It definitely will, especially with that lower draft, as Carmelo will have the early lead with Shanks. And as you see, it's kind of it's kind of just not there. I mean, it's you will see way bigger runs later in the race. If this is what the tamed down draft is looking like, then yeah, you're going to see way more chaotic stuff later in the race.
And a lot of drivers here really like making very spectacular moves that might not be the greatest moves to pull in certain situations, but it is definitely fun to watch up here in the booth. And yeah, especially that little boost and draft, you're going to see a lot of moves being made to see some of these drivers get to the front of the field to control it. So yeah, you're going to definitely want to keep watching and not miss a single thing here on MCRN.
As they're 3 wide within the pack, as again, that low lane isn't, they had the jump on the restart, but they're not having it anymore. It looks like it's gonna come down to the high lane, as we were told before the race. We had presumed that it was gonna be a high lane train, so it probably might be, as Carmelo is leading the pack by 2 car lengths.
Yeah, I agree with you on the statement there about the high lane, because yeah, on the restart, you know, the low lane, and you know, it was just better just because the outside line was really getting that much of a run off of the tri-oval to really get any advantage. But yeah, as this race keeps going on, a lot of drivers seem to be favoring this outside line. So yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing some of these guys rip that high side for a couple laps here, as yeah.
And Napa, who started in second, is currently falling down, running in that middle lane. Unfortunately got hit into the sucker hole. And by the way, Carmelo has pulled away by just an extra 3 car lengths now early.
He's not even in draft. That's very interesting to see. You know, I assume that just, you know, the 90 and the 51, you know, the closest right now working together, the 51, trying to go to the 90 to give him a bump here. It just seems like every turn they're in, Charmander in the lead just keeps seeming to pull away here.
Charmander, which is Carmelo, sorry. I was gonna say, I'm lucky he had a name, because I was not trying to say Charmander in the lead.
Carmelo in the lead.
Amazing name though. Probably one of my favorites in this server, from what I've seen so far.
90 is trying to pitch up to Carmelo here, but definitely the closest he's been in, you know, the past few laps here. It's starting to make some ground.
He really is. And take a look in that middle lane. That is Bubble Boy, not Bubble the Wonder Boy. Sorry, he changed his name a couple of weeks ago. Bubble Boy, currently running in the top 10. He started in last, along with Lil Man, who is right near him, but not really, but decently close. But he's making his way through.
He is, and he still has some help there on the middle lane, so if he gets a run, he could keep sticking with these guys up in the top 10, but right now it still looks like the outside line is just a more superior line, so eventually, you know, he might have to slide up right now, but for now it seems to be paying off for him, so we'll have to see how this one plays out as the laps keep ticking down here at Daytona.
As this field, I want to mention, this field is kind of a mix of D1, D3. It's a mix of new drivers, but mostly old drivers, as people who've raced in this league before at least have a D2 or D1 license currently. Let's just take a look at the new drivers. I'm going to name them. In first place, that is Carmelo in the 04. This is, I think, his first race. I could be wrong, and he probably raced more, but this is the first time I've seen him and seen that Charmander name anywhere. Another one is that the Fallen dude, the number 87, the Coffee Wizard car. That's another new one, and I believe the Neon City, but I could be wrong about that. So not many new drivers, but at least, I mean, hey, new drivers made it.
Yeah, and I think that's good for these new drivers is because of all the vet experience in this field, you know, you'll tend to see them kind of learn off of these guys right now. And, you know, as the laps keep going by, you know, they might be making a few moves that they probably wouldn't be making in the early stages of the race. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely see a couple of these newer guys try to learn off of these new drivers, see how they race, see how, you know, they react to certain things. So yeah, it's just a lot of learning going on right now in this D3 race. New series, new drivers, new everything.
Definitely, as it has gotten more single-filed on the top lane, with everyone starting to make their way down, as there's only 2 guys. Never mind, there might just be 1 in a second. And there is only 1 guy running another lane, and that's Roblox. I'm gonna figure out his name, but that guy. And never mind, it is a single-file train now. Everyone is running that high lane.
Yeah, it seems to be very hard to even make a pass on any of the lanes, even with help, you know, with cars just like right next to each other, you know, nose to bumper. No one's making anything happen right now, so yeah, they're all just playing it safe right now, trying to run the outside. Except for the 3, maybe he might go to the inside, make the move. It looks like he's gonna duck back under, but yeah, I guarantee you these guys in the VC are constantly talking about how they can't wait for the draft to get raced just a little bit.
And that's what I just saw. I was gonna say, we saw Ford a little bit off turn 2, try and make a move on cut. I don't know if he was trying or if he kind of got shooken out of line, but regardless, he tried, and I don't think there's any way you can pass on this track, at least with the draft currently being like this.
Yeah, I feel like what Ford's doing is he's trying to let people know, hey, you know, I'm willing to try to get something going here, because, you know, Ford's one of the guys who really wants to go up to the lead of the field, and we all know that Ford, if he gets to the lead you know, the pack, that he has a high chance of, you know, keeping that lead from what I've seen, you know, just watching him and racing against him. But yeah, I think when he's making that little peek down, you know, downstairs in the middle lane, just a little bit below the white line, he's kind of signaling, hey guys, let me get down there, let's start making something happen. As you see the 99 and the 4 trying to make something happen here, and Ford might follow.
I was gonna say, take a look at Robloxian. I finally found out his name. It's Robloxian at number 99. He had that huge run from Bubble, and it looks like he can clear that 87. He does. That's 3 spots, I think, made up from it, and here's everyone starting to switch.
Yeah, here we go, Ford trying to make a move here, but it looks like more people are starting to go to the inside. Maybe some of these guys are trying to see how it plays out. They get more guys on the inside here, but yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to play out. Is even more people, the 17, going to duck in front of the 3. So yeah, this will be very interesting to see, as well as the 15 going under as well. So yeah, a lot of these guys bailing on the first place car of the 04 and the second place of the 90 right now. A lot of shuffling going on.
Barely any shuffling now. I guess that while you were talking to that whole thing, everyone kind of went back as Robloxian tried to, the 87 tried to make a pass on Robloxian, but I don't think, or me personally, I don't think there's a way you can make a move even on that low lane. If you have majority cars, that high lane will still give you more of that run than low will ever with 9 cars, as we saw just now.
Yeah, it looks like everyone just, you know, realized, yeah, the inside is just not the way to go right now. And, you know, immediately, you know, within like the span of, I'd say, a lap or 2, all these guys just went all the way up to the outside just because they're not seeing anything work right now. So, yeah, I think that right now in this predicament, until we get some draft going later, yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of outside line runners.
You know what I'm noticing that these front runners are doing is they're running that high lane and kind of going low at the end. Like, I don't know, I saw it a couple of times. I don't know if it works, and I don't know if that's what they're doing. As Robloxian falls into the line, as Cut's not gonna let him. Oh, a block, a weird block. You do not want to push on that, one of those quarter panels, or like the very side of the rear. That could spin you out. So blocks are very scary to do, but still very packed up, or not packed up, still very spread out with Carmelo in the lead, 5 or 6 car lengths.
And Carmelo just running a line that just makes draft not even matter right now. I mean, it just has the biggest gap I've ever seen in this league here at Super Speedways. I don't know if they've been here for a while, but you know, Talladega, this was not happening. So yeah, all these guys definitely worried right now, waiting for the draft to make an appearance here so they can start contending. But I mean, yeah, some of these guys are just trying to make moves going to get up to you know, from the pack, like a 10 who goes to the outside, almost blocking the 99 there, very close. And then the same with Bubble. People are just trying to make something work, but it just seems like every attempt they've had fails.
And Robloxian has the fastest lap with a 47.1. Again, he's that 99 in 6th place currently. And now another cool feature of Agent JF's new timing system, ticker.
Yeah, first time I've actually seen that pop up on my screen in any row recently, so that's very cool to see.
As they go low, Ford's going to join him low. Can he maybe get that run? But then there's blocks also going low with them. So again, there's not much of a change there either. Which, again, we're going to see that a lot. People experimenting and doing stuff. And there's Cut making a move, or not making a move, blocking a move on Robloxian. As I guess that's what shows you that Robloxian is the fastest. Just getting those runs. It's almost been turned.
That was very close. Ford very impatient right now with the 17, trying to make stuff work, but the 17 was going high and it was making it a little weird to push him there. But yeah, just like you said, you know, a lot of these guys experimenting right now, and the time that we will be seeing you know, these experimental moves happening is in the early stages of this race. So yeah, we'll definitely be seeing that for a bit now, and even later, you know, when we get the change in draft, we'll be seeing it, you know, in that time frame too. You know, we might see a little bit of changes in lines, but right now it seems to be outside the line dominating right now, but the inside has a huge train, and it looks like the 51 is almost going to pass Ford here. Maybe they might get something going.
Up back to the front is that number 90 of Ollie, not Shanks. Well, we won't call him that. Shanks is like, that's a little strange name. I'm not gonna lie that we were calling him. Ollie though, Ollie.
Whoa!
Caught right up. Oh, what just happened there?
17, I might have flagged into the wall, but yeah, that's not gonna pay off for him. This is 10. Maybe a little bit of contact with 17 there under the apron, but yeah, I think the 17 just turned into the wall and just slow down.
Fortunate for blocks, as the lag has been a big issue as he's all the way down on the apron. He's got to come back up just to not kill him again. The server is growing, or not growing, it is getting more older, so we might see a little bit more people having problems with lag, so cautions could appear in the next 20 laps or so.
Yeah, we've almost seen some here the past couple of laps, like the 17, you know, almost dying in the exit of the tri-oval. You know, just a couple other things happening throughout this pack. So yeah, especially with how close the pack is in the back, I would not be surprised if we saw a caution get thrown here very, very soon.
As they're 3 wide a little bit, that's Napa. Napa now getting blocked by Bubble. As Ford and Cut are both side by side, they've been like kind of switching, trying to make moves on each other, and it just hasn't been working. And obviously, as those two, Ollie and Carmelo, pulling away still almost a whole second.
Ollie actually caught up to Carmelo a bit there. This is the closest thing.
To the back! Blocks! Hitting the wall! The number 17, apologies for cutting you off there, and that is what we're talking about with the lag. It'll just kill you.
Yeah, there's a lag, just took out his right front tire and, you know, a little bit of some of his body damage there, so he might have to use a reset here, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, lag is definitely going to be one of the more annoying factors here, you know, for this race today. And then even with the draft later, that might have an appearance. But yeah, lag taking its first victim today here at Daytona International Speedway of the 17 car of blocks.
Speaking of resets, we never explained that rule. In KRE, there is a rule where if you wreck out, as you see right there, these cars have damage. Yes, roadblocks damage, if y'all didn't know. And if you get damaged, you have a certain amount of resets, and the 17 just used one of them, as I do not know how many they have yet. Let me ask. Waiting on response. One, it looks like. So literally only one reset, and that is his one reset. So Cookie, last car, and another one that's Robloxian into the wall. Looks like either lag or him trying to type. Unfortunate for him. And dang, that sucks. And we will go side by side while we do a very, very short intermission coming to the green. We'll be right back. Wait, on three. Oh no, he said, okay. And we are back getting ready to go green as they double up for the restart. Carmelo on the inside, Ollie on the outside, and behind him, cutting forward, Sin.
Go, coming to the restart zone for the first restart of the day. We're green back here at Daytona International Speedway. Looks like the outside line, the 90, getting a really good start here, much more even, maybe a little bit towards the outside line this time for this restart off the tri-oval coming into turn 1. We'll get the advantage here off of turn 2. Still looks to be side by side. The 404 of Carmelo might get the lead here, and it looks like he will.
Bubble, as you saw right there, made a move and shift into his lane as he goes to the outside, and here comes Bubble again, started from last. He's coming up and he's about to make a move. He's in second, looking for the lead now.
My race pick doing absolutely astonishing right now. Started second to last. Now he's second to first here at Daytona. Almost wrecking into Ford there. Almost turned into Ford here on his front left side of his car. Taking himself out, but he is okay. But yeah, it looks like the Ford doing really good job right now to get into the field.
As everyone, it's gotten a little chaotic with the restart, as I think now everyone's starting to get into their little line. As look at that, right behind Carmelo, at least 3 car lengths away, that's Low Man, my pick, and he's currently getting a push from Ollie, and he's going to be side by side with Bubble. Again, these two both use their provisionals to get locked into the race, both forfeiting their qualifying spot and able to at least start the race in last, and they both up to top 4.
Yeah, both of our race picks doing really good right now. Yeah, so far so good, off to a good start, but anything can happen here at Daytona, and it looks like my race pick might potentially make it here in the 04, but it looks like he's just going to go duck right under. Oh my god.
Oh, wrecking in the back, that's the 31, the 87, and the 99 trying not to get his last reset done. A small wreck, and that's the caution's going to be out again.
You're looking at the back, it looked like there was just a little bit of contact there. It sent the 31 and I think it's the, what is it, the 87 off for a little spin there. It looks like both of their cars are damaged, so they're going to have to use their first resets. Luckily, the 99 was able to keep his car rolling and he won't have to reset. But yeah, that was a huge crash off of turn 2.
And you know what? I think it might have been lag again. The lag is definitely getting hitting a toll on some drivers who might not have that decent of PCs or consoles, whatever they use. So again, just another victim as Prime and Fallen on their final cars.
Yeah, lag can definitely get you. It got me in the late model races a couple of weeks ago. I was on one of my devices and I was lagging a lot. And yeah, it can be very deadly here in KRE, Kimi's Racing Enterprise. Seemingly to take out 3 victims so far. Hopefully those will be the last, but just, you know, the way this race has been going and the way lag is, you know, yet to prevail, or yet to, you know, slow down, we might see a little bit more DNFs or wrecks here, maybe even a DNF.
for sure. And let's just hope not. Again, we want to keep this field as big as we can until we can get that sweet, sweet drafting back. But as of right now, it'll stay single file. Or, I mean, we still, honestly, Bubbles put on a show for this package currently being changed mid-race. He's doing amazing.
Yeah, Bubble's one of the guys that really does a good job at, you know, changing how they're going to drive, you know, to get to the front of the field. And, yeah, it's been paying off for him. He's done an excellent job to figure himself out here at Daytona. He's went from second to last to second to first. He's right behind the race leader, the 04, coming into turn 3 for this restart. So, yeah, Bubble doing a very, very good job tonight.
So maybe a little more lag with blocks back there, but let's hope that doesn't happen again as we're coming to the restart. Carmelo will lead us in the inside, Bubble on the outside, Cut in the inside on third, and Little Man right behind his brother. And then their little, you know what, never mind, coming to the green. Sin?
Come to the green. Might have had an idea what you're going to say there, but it doesn't matter because you're green here for the second restart of the night here under the lights of Daytona International Speedway. This time it looked like the 04 on the inside line was able to get a better restart. Looks like he's going to have the advantage here coming into turn 1 here. He has, you know, a ton of choices right now. Either block the 51 or block the 4 up there. Looks like he's going to block the 51. They're both going to slide up to the outside line of the racetrack. And a little bit of a blocking going there. Very good restart.
And there's Cut now on the inside looking for a move as Bubble goes and drops with him. As again, it's getting very chaotic in the back. Blocks lagging almost up into the field. That could have caused a lot of problems, but luckily it did not. As Cut is to the lead and will lead, I think, his first lap today?
Yeah, the 04 has been leading all the laps today, so I believe this is Cut's first laps led here in the 51 red top truck for the first time in D3 for the first race. And yeah, it looked like the inside line finally saw something work there. The 4 of Bubble and the 51 of Cut were able to make a move on the inside to pass the 04. That's going to put the 04 in third. So yeah, maybe Bubble found something out, maybe Cut found something out. We'll have to see how this plays out the next couple of laps.
So everyone's just shuffling lanes. We got word just in. Blocks has unfortunately DNF'd. And Carmelo into the wall! Right as I was saying something about someone DNFing, we have a wreck, which is one more wreck closer to DNFing. Unfortunate for your pole sitter. Just got into Ford.
Your pole sitter and your former race leader from a couple laps ago into the wall there. Also, one of the other cars or the other trucks, I need to find out who that was, went for a little spin. Neon City in the 53, going for a little spin off of turn 3. Luckily, his truck is okay, but the thing that isn't okay is his track position, as he's going to go all the way to the back here at Daytona, along with the 04 of Carmelo, who's also going to be in the back for this restart. So yeah, these two are going to have a lot of ground to make up, especially the 04, in order to get himself back up to the front of this pack, but is still far from over. We are only at 26 of 75 laps into this race. We still have you know, the draft change coming for 20 to go here at Daytona, so anything is far from over, and yeah, we can see any of these guys throughout the field, you know, lead this race for quite some time.
Unfortunate for Carmander there, but that is now 4 drivers on their last car. Blocks, Prime, Fallen, and Carmelo, which they got to be careful now, or else they're gonna end up being gone from the race, as Blocks has already left. So we'll see who's next to join him. Sam, take it away.
All right, here we go off of turn 4 under the lights. Been a pretty hectic race going on, just a lag and DNFs left and right. You're starting to see a lot of it here. Could we see another one? I wouldn't be surprised, as coming up to the restart zone here in Kimi's Racing Enterprise for the third time
never
tonight.
mind.
We are not going green, as that was the biggest buzzkill of my life.
I might have messed up. I want to sincerely apologize. Yo, can we cut this out?
The good news is that we have a little bit more stuff to blabber about on this. We're trying to figure out what to blabber about to keep you guys guys entertained this next couple of laps. Yeah, just super speedway racing in this league is
Talladega racing.
Yeah, Talladega was pretty good. Daytona seems to be pretty good right now too. So yeah, as coming off of turn 2, still have more than half of a way to go till we come to the restart zone. But yeah, so far so good for this race, except for some drivers who DNF'd. But yeah, who will come out on top on this restart, the inside or the high side?
You know, I really want this race to go green now. It'll put me farther away from my mistakes. So officially, from what I saw and from what my eyes see, it is green this time.
Yep, I saw the same thing. It will be green this time, as this time coming off of turns 3 and 4. We will be going green this time unless something happens. So yep, thank the stars under Daytona tonight. Here we go, off of turn 4, the 51 in the lead, the 4 trying to get the lead here in the outside, with the 27 and 90 trying to see if they can make their move to the lead here. As here we go, green for the 3rd time officially, green this time here, crossing the start-finish line here at Daytona, exiting the tri-oval. Looks like the 51 is going to get a much better restart here, as coming up to the inside lane, the 4 won't be getting a run anytime soon here in turns 1 and 2, and it looks like the 51 here is going to keep his race lead here and keep control of the pack, as the 4 getting that run. Could he make a move here to the outside or to the inside of the 51? And it looks like he will. The 51 not going to be able to block him here, as the 4 making a move side by side with the 51.
And that's what that outside lane does. That is the difference between it with that new draft, or with the lower draft, as they're still going to be side by side. Low man goes into his little brother a little bit, as Prime almost hits that pit limiter. That would have been unfortunate, as, oh no, I forgot, no, never mind, it wouldn't, but he would have went into the grass, as they're almost 3 wide. Ollie tried to push Bubble there, almost turned him.
Yeah, a lot of squirming around and shuffling and some door banging going on this restart. It's seeming to kind of settle down. I know the 4 is still trying to make a move here, but it looks like the 51, the 4 might be going to the outside here, considering the fact that there is a run coming, and they'll probably block that off, and they'll probably get actually no, the 90 is going to make a move on the 4, making it 3 wide here, exiting turn 4.
As they go 3 wide a little bit for 4th place, as here comes Ollie, but Bubble's going to stay with Lil Man Brothers. I guess stay with each other, and never mind, I take it back.
Yeah, right now it looks like the 4 is just in no man's land right now, not working with anyone in that middle lane. He's going to have to either go lower, he's going to go high here, going to go high, potentially giving a push to the 90. As the 51 is going to get a push from the 90 after blocking here, as Bubble is just going all over the place on the track, trying to figure something out. He wants this race lead, and I'm all for it.
As he's not going to do it there. It looks like he was going for it, little man. I mean, he did not want to push forward. That's unfortunate.
This a very close block there to being a Logano block here at Daytona. No better way to do it. As yeah,
you know a lot about that.
Yo, it's coming off of turn 1. The 51 pulling a little bit of a Carmelo lead here right now. So 51 has shown a dominant effort here in this race on the inside line, with the 27 and the 4 working together, trying to catch back up to the 51. 51 might be under attack soon, coming off of turn 4.
As here he comes again, that high lane run. I don't know what Cut is doing, trying to go low. They're all high. As it is inevitable for them to catch up. As people are trying to fall back in the line. As Kimi and Carmelo currently being lost into the inside lane.
Looks like the less drivers volunteer to go under there, he's going to be left in the dust. Looks like he got a little bit of a gap to make a move to the outside. Some drivers behind looking to make a move, but it's not really going to work. But yeah, a lot of guys just going back and forth, moving left and right, trying to figure a way to get up to these guys and compete for this race lead.
You know what? They kind of packed up like different packs. There's 2 packs now. There's Cut, Lil Man, Bubble, Ford, Ollie, and then everyone in the back. That's strange, but honestly, I expected it.
Another thing I noticed too is that, you know, we were talking about drivers experimenting different things to, you know, try to get faster, and right now, they must have figured out something, because as the laps go by, I'm constantly seeing more battles as the time goes. We went from seeing Carmelo having a 5-car lead to the 51 and the 27 right now going side by side, and I'm actually seeing runs, you know, on the outside and on the inside here. So these guys definitely found something, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what these guys figure out when we get that draft boost here. 20 to go. Definitely going to be something to watch here, something to not miss on MCRN Racing Network and Kimi's Racing Enterprise D3.
Lil Man took the lead and almost got turned into the wall by Cut. Fortunately, he was not able to do that. Ford almost goes into the quarter panel of Bubble. That could have caused more problems, as he's going to stay high with Cut, as I think these 2, the top 4, basically have teammates. Bubble's working with Lil Man, and Cut is working with Ford. Cut, one of the Snowman Schemes cars in other divisions. So obviously, I guess that little alliance is Bubble is now getting in it with Ford.
Cut won at Talladega, so he can also be someone to watch. But right now, you know, talking about teamwork, it is very spread out between these guys. We have the 27 and the 4, one pair of teammates in first and third, who's split by 2 other teammates. Cut and Ford is. It looks like Ford gonna go on the outside here with Bubble. Could he go low, try to follow his teammate? Not too sure. The 4 trying to make a move here coming into the tri-oval. A lot of moves happening right now. This is very interesting.
This really is a team thing now. They're just trying to get away from each other, as Bubble's going to keep that run to partially get to Lil Man, as it is single file mostly in the back, as your favorite Kimi currently sitting in 5th in that number 33 Longhorn, the only one without someone to work with.
Kimi making moves without a teammate right now, trying to get past the 51, trying to use that outside line to his advantage, really get onto the inside on the exit to get a big run there. It looked like he got it, but it looks like he just had to push the 51 there. But yeah, Kimi looking really good right now, sitting in 5th place. He could definitely come by and sneak a position or 2 here in the next few laps, I'd say, especially with the 90 catching up to him. About to give him a little bit of help here. And the 51 and the 3 side by side right now, teammates.
I don't know why they're doing side by side. I don't know if that's something, like, I don't know why they did that, as Rebloxian still currently has the fastest lap. But nothing changed, by the way. But they go single file, then now it is just way more spread out than earlier. I think this is probably the most spread out we've been. Everyone at least 2 car lengths away from someone.
Yeah, it went from pretty close to pretty spread out here at Daytona. The 51 going up into the wall there. That could have ended horribly if he didn't certain angle. He would have lost his right front tire. Would have had to reset. Luckily, he's okay. But I mean, yeah, this pack is super spread out right now. It doesn't look like anyone can really do anything right now, unless they try to work together. But it seems like no one is having no idea whatsoever here.
As on the ticker again, shout out to Agent JF. The live speeds thing, you can see how fast these guys are going. With the fastest we've seen is probably 183 currently with this lower draft package currently.
Yeah, a lot of seems to be averaging around 180 throughout the pack. Ford looks to be the fastest right now in the 182s. With that draft, and soon to be a bump here from the 90. Gonna get a huge push here, but their speeds might be really fast right now, but they are very close and they are barely moving right now because draft is really low and it's hard to make anything happen right now.
I've just seen Ford go 185. That definitely is the fastest, especially with those runs. I haven't seen anyone hit 185 except for Ford. So that's actually that's something to watch on Just Ford 3 in the number 3.
Yeah, looking at it, it seems like the speed difference between, not getting any bumps or getting bumps, it seems to be around 5 miles an hour here around Daytona. as Ford went from 180 to 185 here, so it looks like it's pretty fast, you know, 5-mile-an-hour speed advantage, but it is not enough to get by these guys. So I'd say maybe looking around, you know, the 20 to go point when we get a boosted draft, we might see maybe somewhere around, you know, 7 to 10 mile-an-hour advantage here. So something to look out for if we do see these live speeds data later on in this race when the changes are made.
In the back, Carmelo making moves with Robloxy, and I believe we got word from our producer Blake that something bad could have happened back there, as they are a little bit pack racy back there. As we go back up front, Bubble into the inside of Lil Man.
Bubble, my race pick, making a move. The 27 got into the wall up there. That's not going to pay off for him, as it's going to give the 4 an easy pass here on the inside, exiting turn 4. He's going to lead the race for, I think, the first time tonight under the lights here in Daytona, crossing the line. He will lead his first ever laps here in the D3 Truck Series here in KRE, Kimi's Racing Enterprise.
As everyone starts going back single file, and then mostly packed back there. Again, I don't know what they're doing and why they're going so slow, but I mean, anything to stay out of wrecks as long as they don't wreck each other. As I think we are maybe approaching live pit stops soon. Again, I don't know how these setups are, and I don't know how much fuel and tire well wears down. So we will see maybe in a couple laps.
Yeah, coming up to 41 to go. It seems like, you know, they had a couple of pace laps that they were able to save. I'd say they should be coming into it within, you know, a lap 41 to this race. We should be seeing some of these guys coming in, especially before the break to fix, or not fix, but add the draft. So yeah, pit stops might be underway soon on MCRN Racing Network.
Let's hope so, as they are all training right now. We love our trains. As you know what, little fun fact, not needed, but I've never really been into trains. Like, you know that one thing where they're like when you're young, you pick one of 3 and you stick with that for life: airplanes, trains, and cars. Like trains are, I don't know, I've never saw the appeal for trains.
I don't know, you just have to have that love for the game. Like, you know, I like trains just because if there's any ball knowers out there of Microsoft Train Simulator, you know, it's really cool trying to, you know, build trains around the cities. But yeah, I like trains, but I hate trains in racing, just because it's kind of a little bit of a snooze fest. But one thing I will say about train racing right now is that it is definitely a really conservative way to not get into any wrecks, and, you know, especially, you know, until we get to the 20 to go point when the draft is raced, you're gonna want to keep, you know, most of your cars intact before that point. So that's one good thing about it. Of course, in the booth, I'd like to see some carnage, but yeah, right now, single file racing could change soon.
Definitely, and what you said about the snooze fest is that some people that argue, not argue, but I think that's what the majority of people would think. But that is, or like you said, for chaotic racing later, it could be the reason, as Cut is on the outside lane into the wall. Well, I think problems for him, I don't know what he's doing, as he's got an opening right there. He could just go down, as I think it's still lag.
And another add to the train racing, it also gives a lot of these drivers in the back to really catch up. As you can see, this train has been one of the more close together trains I've seen yet so far today. A lot of guys really close to each other's bumpers. Oh my God, the 51!
Wrecking the 51 into the wall, almost collecting Neon as he's trying to save it. He does, and that was a thing coming, definitely. We saw it coming from a mile away as he kept hitting the wall. He went high. He was, I'm guessing, lag, but oh, that could have ended worse for those backpack drivers.
Definitely has, and it looks like yeah, Cut will be on his last car after blowing his engine pretty much, hood in the air, you know, front bumper ripped off. But he will be in his last car. Luckily, he's still in the race, but yeah, it's definitely like to have more cars coming to these later laps, especially with how chaotic it's going to get. But yeah, coming up to the pit cycles, or pit stops maybe.
And there's a... So, Prime looks like he wrecked in the back. And if I'm correct, he might just be out. He's on his last car.
I think so too. I think he might be. Oh my god!
And he's out, and then that's cut out. Wait. Wait.
Okay.
And cut the biggest sell of a century and smacked him. There's no way. I wonder what the excuse is. I was lagging, but I mean, unfortunate though for the number 51.
Oh, that's definitely gonna top off their days. I doubt that Bubble or any of the race officials are gonna give the 51 his car back. The 31 definitely was gonna be out of this race, but the 51 of Cut, after whatever that was, is definitely out of the race. Yeah, there it is. Cut,
unfortunate.
Cut is out of the race. Turn 3 and 4 is where the pack is.
I don't know if we're going 3. No. Oh, speaking of that, Sin, in this league there is no pits. If you remember the other races, yes.
I just remembered that. Yeah, if they're going to be making pit cycles, it's during green flag runs, which makes it even more entertaining here.
And hopefully we'll get to that soon as we are coming to the restart zone. The Build-A-Brain AI restart zone, green flag. Here we go, back again. Lap 46 of 75. That inside lane has a jump as Bubble is gonna go with his brother on the outside as it stays double file mostly around. And let's just see what goes.
Bubble choosing to go to the outside with the 27 car here. Gonna get a run here. Looking to pay off. I'm surprised he didn't go low there, trying to get a push from Ford. But either way, it seems like he made the right decision going to the outside, because now he's still here with a pretty controlling lead, and it looks like the 27 should be getting a bump here soon to give the 4 a little bit of help, and the 4 has a little bit of distance to make a block on the 3 if needed. But yeah, Bubble in the lead right now, coming into the trioval.
In the back during turn 3 and 4, mostly in turn 3, Neon and just these backpack drivers are being a little shaky, as you saw Neon hitting the wall, rating him on the radio. It looks like lag, but again, just not a good thing that for it to happen now, especially because you made it almost halfway, or you made it more than half. Is it more than?
Yeah, we're at. We should be at under 30 to go.
So yeah, you made it more than halfway. You do not want to mess it up now. This is where you don't. And going back to the front, Bubble, a huge car length lead.
Usually the 27 and the 33 soon to work together here. Could they potentially get a little bit of a run going to catch up to Bubble? Potentially, but one of the drivers that really needs to get to the outside is the 3 of Ford, and it looks like he's going to do just that, and we are back to the train racing yet again here on the outside, but these guys are going to catch up right up to Bubble, so yeah, we should be seeing moves to the lead here soon, if my calculations are correct.
And if my calculations are correct, Carmelo tried to pit just there, and I think that's what people are starting to get ready for.
Yeah, Carmelo getting pretty low. A lot of these guys just went low here. Could they either be following Bubble or could they be pitting here? Is coming off of turn 4. It looks like no one is going to pit just yet, but we are getting very, very close.
As you see, again, Carmelo's all the way back there. He tried to pit a lap earlier and ended up backing out of it, which was probably the worst thing you could do. I think when you want to, I mean, I think if you're going to commit to a pit, you're going to commit to it, because then you're just going to completely screw yourself out of it. And now all he's open for is a caution. 'Cause he's
Yeah,
not
I
catching.
don't even think he's in draft range because I believe draft range is around 3 seconds back. And looking at the timing board, he is more than 3 seconds back. He's 5 seconds back, or not 5, but he's more than 3 seconds back from 10th place. So yeah, he's gonna definitely hope something happens to get the field, back up to him. But yeah, off of turn 4 again. Hitters just yet. We're getting there.
And you know what? We're getting closer to that 20 to go mark where everyone starts getting crazy. And personally, I'm excited for it. I can't wait because, I mean, no, we got that and pit stops. So if both of those are going to mix in, it's going to be chaotic.
Yeah, definitely. And, it goes for every racing league, in MRCL, rest in peace, in some races I've seen in Kimi Racing Enterprise, just any road racing league, a lot of these guys are making a ton of desperate moves to try to get to the front and win races. So, and especially when we see that draft boost come in to this race under the lights in Daytona, you're going to be seeing a lot of moves being made. So you guys will not want to miss a single thing here on MCRN because the drama, the battles, the adrenaline rushes have not started just yet.
And we are about 24 to go, so I believe either 4 or 3 more laps. I don't know how the laps work, but either 3 or 4 more laps until that 20 to go mark. And again, we're still waiting for these green flag pit stops, which have been holding off for a little bit now.
Well, turn 3 and 4, I'm not too sure if any of these guys are going to be making moves. I know especially the people in the back, if they might save a little bit just because, actually no, because they won't be making any under caution pit stops. So my mistake. But Blake pointed this out, and I think I'm starting to notice that Carmelo is starting to come back. I think Carmelo's in draft range.
Wow, and, definitely, because he was far, far back. And has made up a couple seconds now as these are the last laps. These are what everyone is doing, their last laps. As you see, Carmelo running 47.5 last lap as everyone's up in the 47.8. That is crazy.
And Carmelo, I just saw him hit a peak of 183 into turn 1. I have not seen any driver do that just yet. Looks like he's at almost a 3 to 2 mile an hour difference between some of these guys on the straights. It seems to be that he's under Napa right now, but you definitely saw that he had a little bit of an advantage here related to miles per hour. So he's definitely catching up, and just looking at it, you can definitely see that time difference between Napa and Carmelo is definitely within 3 seconds. He is in draft range, and he will be making an appearance soon as,
Very slowly, though, making his appearance. And again, we're still waiting. We're going to let's see if we get some green flag pitters here. Again, you want to pit in a group. You don't want to pit alone at super speedways, and you definitely do not want to go for 4 tires. 4 tires will definitely screw you up a lot more. Unless your tires are... No, you're going to have to pit more. Never mind. I'm lying. Don't listen to me. This is why I was in that second pack in Talladega Nationwide. You do what's best for you, but we might be able to make it on fuel. If Nationwide was able to make it on fuel during Talladega, I believe that these trucks can, too.
Honestly, yeah, a lot of these guys, other than Charmander's the only one that's really made a move, and even then, you'd expect Charmander to come in pretty, soon, especially after that move that we saw and him trying to go into the pits. Maybe it wasn't that, because coming off of turn 4, more of these guys are staying out, including Charmander, so they definitely have, or Carmelo, not Charmander, Carmelo. They definitely still have some more tires and fuel to work with here. I know it's definitely going to be more fuel to work with than tires, and the fact that you don't really need tires, per se, here at Daytona and Talladega and Super Speedway race here, but yeah, I still feel like we're getting pretty close to those stops, but not quite yet.
Sin, and I believe it is that time. The draft has picked up, and the draft is back. The race is on.
Yep, here we go. Already saw it. The 27 and the 3 catching the 4 of Bubble lacking. Entering turn 3. As here we go, a ton of battles being made.
Oh,
and already
forward!
turn. Oh,
Kimi! Save it, Kimi! Don't wreck it! Oh, they saved it in the back as everyone keeps it clean, but that's going to completely ruin him. But again, the draft now might save him.
Yeah, I think he might still be in draft range, but that did not pay off for him. And considering the fact he needs to get back up to speed, I doubt that he's in draft range. So he's going to have to hope for a caution, which luckily, with this draft boost that we're seeing, it might happen very soon. So yeah, stay tuned, because we already almost saw it with Kimi heel correct. Yeah, the 4 making a move here on the inside of the 24, making it wide in the middle. And yeah, it's just, oh my god, there's so much happening right now.
Oh, and there's Carmelo already coming up. And just the problems with getting turned, Robloxian, and there's Bubble. Is one car reset really collect anyone else? As here's Ford with a huge slingshot trying to back it down. And man, that's unfortunate.
I was just saying it. Kimi looking for a caution definitely could show itself considering the fact that draft was boosted, and right there. It looks like the 4 of Bubble made a little bit of a mistake, trying to go 3 wide between 2 cars up in the front, but that gap closed quickly on him, and it looks like Bubble will be on his last car, luckily still in the race, but yeah, he's going to have to play a little bit more safe than some of these drivers who still have 1 car, 1 reset remaining.
And that's what I was going to mention. Before Bubble wrecked was this is again, we predicted it, and obviously everyone's gonna get more slicey and dicey. We already saw Kimi almost get wrecked, but with that amazing save, and now unfortunately Bubble succumbed to that draft being turned up, and we're gonna see many cars again. The reminder of how many cars the people on their last cars are fallen. Carmelo, Robloxian, and Bubble. That's 4 cars. They can't wreck or they're out.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be playing a little bit safe till we get to around, I'd say, the 5 to go mark. But yeah, draft kicking up, action starting to show itself. A lot of moves, a lot of slingshots, 1 wreck, but we should see more considering the fact of what we just saw. But yeah, looks like Robloxian, the 99, is in the lead here. I think we might be going green this time. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's definitely getting interesting. It's starting to pick up a bit.
As we wait to go green again. Ooh, what's your prediction, Sin? Because they said that it looks like they're talking about pitting now. So not now, but as in like very, very soon in the next maybe 3 or 4 laps. What do you think's gonna happen?
A lot of scrambling. We might see probably a big. We're gonna see 2 packs coming in. Just because I remember at Talladega, some of the drivers, you know, they had a couple of laps difference between some of the guys. With me seeing 2 packs coming in, I'd say the first pack will probably have more guys. But yeah, to come out of pit road first, I'm not too sure. Right now, the 99 seems to have the advantage, so just because he has the lead right now and he has that advantage, I'd say probably the 99 could come off of pit road. But we'll figure out here soon. It's coming off the turn 4 restart zone, Marcus.
As actually not Marcus, we're gonna go inside the car. We're gonna go with Bubble. In-car camera, green flag. as we now see green flag pitters. That's Napa Boy, Honey, Robloxian, Fallen, Neon, and Carmelo.
It looks like the 10 of Napa got into the pits before the 99, so it's up to his pit crew to get him out on time. And it looks like coming out of his stall, he's going to be in front of the 99. He's going to be in front of everyone. It looks like in the back, Carmelo had a little bit of an issue in his stall. He's going to be all the way in the back. I don't know if he's going to be in draft here, but that will top off your first pit stops of the night.
He should be. People were able to catch up from maybe a little bit, just that far in Dega, but as we see the second pack now coming out, is Ollie's going to stay out. That is probably the worst move you can do. We're going to see how it works for him, though, as Lil Man goes into his stall. Bubble goes into his. Here comes Ford, maybe into his. Yep, Ford into his, and Kimi into his. So we're going to see who comes out and if they come out anywhere near this second package. Here we go.
Looks like Ford going to get the advantage here. Oh, it's going to be 3 wide pretty much coming off of the pit exit. They're going to have to get themselves situated. Ford probably have to duck under the 27, and Kimi already making that move to the bubble. But here comes the first pitters. They're racing on the outside here. It looks like the 10 of Napa is going to take the lead here. But for now, Ollie has it.
I'm gonna say, yeah, waiting for Ollie. As Ollie comes into pits, as this whole pack, it's racing now. This is where no one cares about strategy. No one cares about if they're gonna get turned into the wall. And there's a caution. Oh, wreck! That's Neon.
And there goes Neon. I have no clue what happened there. Yeah, it just.
Oh, I see it. Little Man got into him. Yeah, Little Man. Again, these pushing, you cannot push on that quarter panel, like the rear, but also saved Ollie. Ollie just got a free pit stop and now has got P1 from it. But you do not want to push not in the center. You want to push dead on into the next car, or else that could happen, and that is what happened to Neon, as I believe he is still going to have 1 reset.
You know, Ollie with a pretty good gamble there, hoping to stay out, you know, have some fresher tires, more fuel in his tank. And now, with that strategy, he's also going to have the race lead here for, I believe, what is it, like the 5th or 6th restart here under the lights in Daytona. But yeah, it looks like Ollie is going to be your race leader here, exiting turn 4 whenever we go green. But yeah, Ollie.
Are we green this time?
I'm not too sure.
I think he did say it.
Yeah, green this time.
Here we go. Sin, you will pick it up once we go green. Again, we are, I think, under 15 to go. So this is going to get chaotic, and this is going to get crazy.
We're coming up to 10 to go. That's around the time where things are going to get chaotic, and it depends on who's going to come out alive and who will come out on top. Only a few laps to go here. It's anyone's game. It's Daytona. We're green yet again here under the lights in sunny or moony South Florida here in the beaches of Florida at Daytona. As it looks like the 90 of Ollie is going to keep the lead right now. He's going to stay at the inside, but as we saw, the draft was raised, so he could still lose this lead to anyone. The 99 going to go high, trying to make something work. The 04 of Carmelo. Messing up a bit there. He's going to go all the way to the back, but here we go. The pack is coming up, and it looks like the 99 trying to make a move. There's moves happening everywhere. It is getting hectic as we are about to come to 12 laps to go off of turn 4.
You could have saw problems there as Ollie came up to block, and Ford is sticking in the back. Carmelo, by the way, what Sin was trying to say was that he went low weirdly. I think lag is, again, this server is old, so lag is going to start hitting those not too good PCs or platforms. As here's Ford. This is what that inside run will do to you. You stay in the back all the time, you're going to get that huge run. That is what I think most people will start doing now.
Yeah, and we saw this strategy happen in Cup in D1 with Corey. Corey was really using that strategy to his advantage. And it was like Ford, after being in the booth watching that race, watching some of you know, the strats that some of the other drivers are using, he picked Corey's. Went from the back, look where he is now, in second. The draft is really huge here. If you could use it to your advantage, you are set. It looks like Ford is one of the drivers that knows how to use it, so he will definitely be one to look out for the race winner here under the lights in Daytona.
Now look at Carmelo. He had ran all the way in the back, and he's already contesting for third place as he goes into the middle or tries to make a move as he's gonna go. There he goes. And he's gonna make it a third. He's going to the lead.
Yep, and he got a little bit of a draft from Ford there, so it keeps his run going. He's on the outside now. Could he get a run going on the outside and keep his momentum? Not too sure, because Ford is still in draft, but it looks like now Carmelo's going to be in draft too, and oh, he almost takes out the 10 of Napa, getting really close, and there goes his momentum. He's going to fall all the way back to fourth. Now fifth. It looks like the 90 of Ollie, your leader on the restart, making a move here. Gonna go to second. Could he make a move for first? Looks like he's gonna try it. Oh, it's not gonna work out.
2 cars, 3 cars. Little Man, Honey, and Carmelo wrecking. That was just a bad, that was wrong place at the wrong time for Lil Man, and also wrong place at the wrong time for that whole wreck. As what we saw, Carmelo just got out of the groove with that Ford making these weird blocks, everyone just trying to make moves, and this is what this package will do to you. It's just, it forces you in these uncomfortable spots, and that is the outcome.
Yeah, it's definitely very fun to watch and very fun to drive this package, but you have to be very careful with what you do, because something like that could happen. Carmelo DNFing, 2 other drivers having a little bit of an incident there. That would be Carmelo's race. Very unfortunate to see after having such a good, race, especially in the early stages. But
starting on pole.
Yeah, starting on pole. But that will be his race. And yeah, Daytona and especially these packages are not your friend. As coming to the line, we might be going green next time. And yeah, starting to pick up. 9 to go here. Going to be 8 to go coming to the restart. It's going to start getting hectic. Moves will start being made. Might even see more crashes. As, yeah, it's anyone's game. It's always here in Daytona International Speedway.
And we will go on a short intermission. We will be back right before the green. Are back here, getting ready to go green, coming to 8 to go at the line. I might have missed my cue, but it is okay. And we are back, coming to the green. Sin, take it away.
And here we go. Potentially the last restart? I doubt it. It's going to get hectic. The draft is going to make these drivers pull moves that you've never seen before. As here we go. We're green yet again here at Daytona International Speedway. The World NextEra Racing is coming up to turn 1. The 10 and the 90 very even. The 10 is going to have that advantage on the entrance of turn 1 and the middle of turns 1 and 2. But the 90 will be getting the draft, and we'll be getting that run on the outside. Going to try to come back to the 10 here. The 53 going to give the 90 a push here. Will the 10 block it? Will Napa block it? He's going to get a push. It looks like he might just stay in the inside for now, as it is too wide racing, and it's starting. Here we go. Going to come to 7 to go. It's going to start getting hectic. You guys will not want to miss this here on MCRN Racing Network.
as I think some people might just play it clean. Napa didn't try to go for any blocks or anything, as we're going to see the actual thing here as Ford is in the back and a wreck already. A weird bump for Honey, and that's not going to be in DNF due to the track bump. That was weird.
It's shades of Fernando Alonso at Austin. On the back straightaway, this time on the front straightaway, the front of his car just launched in the air and slammed into the wall. Not too sure how that happened, but luckily he should have another car. No respawn will be counted, luckily for Honey, so he will still be A-okay here, coming up to probably 5 to go for the restart.
And you know, that just sucks. Again, it just means another chaotic restart to happen. And I want to go and say your overtime rules, your KRE overtime rules, if I can find it. Give me a minute. Give me 2 seconds. We are waiting. Okay. Overtime rules. Overtime are unlimited. They are 2 laps instead of 3 laps, which they were before. And there are no cautions on the final lap. So therefore, if anyone wrecks, you're wrecked. There's no coming back from that, and there's no caution to stop the race.
Yeah, the way we've been seeing these guys racing the past couple of laps, overtime might be making an appearance. You never know, though, especially at this track at Daytona. They had some green flag runs, so they're definitely capable, but coming to these last few laps, this is going to start getting really hectic, really dangerous. But we are all for it here on MCRN Racing Network. Glad everyone's tuned in, as we will be going green this time. The last restart, we'll see, as coming into turn 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drivers ready to go at it here to take the first win ever in D3 at Daytona.
And I want to explain one more rule that is here and in effect. That yellow line rule, the yellow line rule, and I'm going to say it as is in Bubble's words. You may not pass below the yellow line. However, if you are forced or blocked below it, you do not have to concede your pass, attempt, or positions gained all through. I'm saying this wrong. If there is space for you to come back on the track safely after being forced under and accept, if you got forced under, you have an excessive amount of time, a limited amount of time to get back up on the track, but you can go back up and shove them up if you get forced. I think that's how it works. I might have said it wrong, and I probably did, but just no passing that yellow line. That is completely it. Take it away.
Great rundown on the rules there, as coming up to the restart zone, Build the Brain AI restart zone. We're green again, and it looks like the 33 of Kimi making his move on the outside line. Could he make it stick? Could the 90 get up to the 33 and keep this momentum going into turn 1? We all know that the inside lane is just better on these restarts, just because they get the advantage on the outside, because the outside doesn't get that much of a run, but the outside is definitely up there to make moves, and the 33 is almost getting really close to the 90, the 90 getting closer to 33, push coming, here we go, it's starting to get hectic, it's 3 wide in the back, it's starting, a 5 to go, almost 4 to go here at Daytona.
As Robloxian gonna be in that middle with Honey, they're gonna get that huge run. Not many people should be doing this now, as Bubble is starting to just keep his run and starting to save it. As the fastest lap is and was Carmelo, as he unfortunately DNF'd, as here's Bubble on the inside going up with Little Man. No, not yet. Again, people are just gonna wait it out until they have the chance to shoot up to the front.
Looks like the 2 drivers that are trying to do that right now is the 90 and the 3 in the back. Gonna start getting some drafts here, as the 4 Bubble wanted to not push the 99, but he had to. And it looks like the 3 right now, 4, I feel like he's waiting for the perfect time to strike and get up there. He's going to go to the outside. So yeah, starting to move around now. A lot of shuffling is, oh no!
wrecking now, and Neon is going to try to save it as he's not, and that's going to be a DNF for Neon. Unfortunate, but we're going overtime racing, boys.
We call it overtime racing for the first time in D3 here under the lights in the Worldwide Center of Racing. Daytona International Speedway under the lights. What a better place and a better time to have an overtime here in KRE, Kimi's Racing Enterprise on MCRN Racing Network. It is about that time. You guys do not want to miss a single thing. Make sure you stay here because it's about to get hectic. Going to be 2 to go. First overtime of the night. Who's your pick?
Still, I'm going to still stick with Lil Man. I think Lil Man is going to come somehow get it done.
Solid pick. I'm going to change mine up. I'm going to go with the driver that is just really good under these moments, under these situations. He's shown that he has the ability to make a move and get to the front and, you know, potentially, yeah, you know, it's going to be Ford in the number 3, Ford. He made a move to go to the front of the field, go to second, I believe, and he's in the back right now. He's in the perfect spot to make that happen. Ready to do it now? One way to find out. It's here on NASCAR Overtime in MCRN. Marcus.
Here we go, coming to the green on the Build-A-Brain AI restart zone. Green flag now for, I do not believe it's overtime 2, but they state it's overtime 2, as we are still close to finishing race distance. Anyway, Napa with the jump, as they are still currently Ford and Bubble and Ollie waiting for their moment to strike.
Waiting, they're back there. They're going to get a run here soon, but right now the 87 and the 99 are trying to keep themselves up with the 10 and the 27. Looks like that run on the outside is starting to make its move coming into turn 3. As you talked about it, the drivers in the back, they're starting to catch up too. It's going to be anyone's game soon. It's coming up for turn 4.
As here we go, coming to KRE D3 Thursday Night Thunder white flag. Here it is now. Napa leading with Ford and Bubble still having a huge run. And it's only Ford. Bubble gave Ford the push as they're going to be side by side with Kimi Ventores. Fallen in 3rd place. This is his first start. Little Man and Napa both leading this pack currently. Little Man goes to the outside. Will Ford make a move? Here we go. Ford all the way low. Oh no! And he's gonna go all the way to the apron. He's gonna have to go back up, and that might have been his race. As Little Man currently leading, everyone still trying to get their way up to the lead. Napa currently leading, but here comes Kimi. Kimi looking to maybe have one more shot at this race, and he's not. To the line, side by side, it's gonna be Little Man has a wreck in the back. Ford Robloxian, Little Man wins it.
Incredible race win here for Little Man. He got the push from the run that Kimi got on the exit of turn 4. He was able to get that push. He was able to get to the outside of Napa in the 10. And it looks like Little Man, for the first time ever under the lights here in Daytona, will be your race winner for the first time in D3, the season opener for D3. What a way to finish, what a way to win the race side by side on Spectacle, as Little Man gonna be victorious here.
If that ain't a Thursday Night Thunder finish for y'all, then I don't know what is. Little Man comes and wins. And from that push with Kimi though, like, you would have thought Kimi would have taken that, because he probably could have been, it probably could have been 3 wide, but no, Little Man was able to just win it. And Kimi was able to give him the push, and that push helped him win that race. So Kimi is what he can thank for that win. But again, Little Man was up there most of the day, so amazing for him. As I'm gonna see if we can get an interview. And if anything, we're going to interview the top 3. That is Little Man, Napa, and Kimi. As we went.
27 trying to burn it down here.
Yeah, I know you don't want to burn it down, because then you wreck it out. I was going to say that's the best thing you're going to get. And there's Bubble. And Bubble, his brother, being with him. side by side, the beautiful moment.
Beautiful love shown by the siblings of Kimi's Racing Enterprise, Little Man and Bubble. Yeah, that was just awesome. And just to piggyback off of what you said about Kimi, I feel like it was either two things. Either he was just a little too late to make that move, or he just thought that if he were to make that move, he would have taken out a couple guys.
Oh, what he
the 27. Just, yeah. And now he's going to burn it down. But yeah, Kimi's almost there. Speaking of Kimi, just took him out.
just took out Kimi. Let me get everyone in. You keep talking.
Yeah, but yeah, Kimi almost got there. Not close enough, and then with Napa, he did everything he could, but he just got hit by the huge run that Kimi got to eventually hit the 27 Little Man. But yeah, Little Man gonna be victorious. He's going swimming here in the beaches of Daytona at Daytona International Speedway. First time in D3.
We actually have Little Man here now. Little Man, so you get the win by that push from Kimi, but you restarted in the top 5. How did you pull that off?
Dude, I don't know. It was not possible without Kimi's help, honestly, because he could have taken the bottom and it would have been a 3 wide, and I don't know if I had the momentum to hold off whoever was there in the inside. I can't remember who it was, but he decided to give the push and make it a close finish at the end. And I'm in debt to him for a while, as I told him, because that was a goated move at the end.
Very, and I was gonna say, we noticed that move was, he could have taken that run for himself, but no, he decided to push you, and you weren't even supposed to be in this race. But I mean, yes you were, but you took the provisional, you took the easy way to get in, which some people might argue is a little bit mickey, but you are a champion, and do you have anything to say about this race entirely?
Well, I was surprised at how good the racing etiquette was from the beginning. I guess maybe it had to do with the draft script being lowered a little bit, so everyone didn't have too crazy of a run. But yeah, I wasn't planning on doing it. I thought the D2 drivers couldn't go down the D3 trucks, and they said it was open, so I was like, okay, I'll take the provisional just to have some fun, and it ended up being a great race. So yeah, I'm appreciative of that. It's always fun racing with Michael or David or both of them, so it's fun.
Gonna say it was very late minute from what I remember. I told you it was so late minute or last minute for you to join, but are you glad you joined?
Absolutely, bro. I love doing it. I mean, I said I love racing with Michael and David, obviously, because my brothers, but I still have a good relationship with just about everybody that's in the race already. So like Kimi and some of the other guys, like, they're becoming good friends, and I always love racing with Michael and David. So a lot of the other guys are becoming like little brothers to me as well. It's just so fun.
That's amazing to hear, and thank you, Lo Man. Congratulations on the first Thursday night Thunder win. Keep this one and keep Kimi close, because he can probably help you a lot now, and I see something coming.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, guys.
And next is in second place, the first loser, some will say. Again, he tried his heart out and was so close to it. Napa Boy. Sin, you're gonna pull this one. You're gonna do this one. He's not gonna do this one. I don't know if he's here, but Napa Boy.
I'm here.
Okay, go.
All right, my bad. Napa, was pretty dominant and controlling in the later stages of the race, and was looking to get the win, but unfortunately the Kimi, the number 33 truck, Longhorn truck of Kimi, was able to give Little Man the push here. Napa, what are your thoughts on what happened? How do you feel about the night overall? What could you have done differently to try to get the win here under the lights?
Could you repeat that question? I just got back late. My bad.
Yeah, so just what could you have done differently, and what are your thoughts on, just the race overall, first race in D3? What's your, how are you feeling?
I ran a good race, even though I was like at the back whenever there was like the low draft script. I felt pretty confident I could be up there once the draft script got upped, and I wish I could have put Little Man in the wall or something. I didn't want to race him that hard, but it sucks to lose like that. But there's always next week.
Yeah, I definitely saw you try to give a little bit of a block, try to stop his run on the outside, and unfortunately it wasn't enough, but overall it was a really good finish from you. P2, pretty solid, seems to, that you have some momentum going, and you got podium here, here at Daytona. How are you feeling? What's your goal coming into the Lucas Oil 110 at Phoenix International Raceway next week?
Phoenix has always been one of those tracks where I'm just not good at, but I think we can work past that and probably have a chance to win next week.
All right, those will be your words from Napa. Pretty solid day. Fortunately not the win, but he does have some momentum going coming into next week's race at Phoenix. I'm looking forward to seeing him there. And yeah, that will cap off your interview with Napa and the number 10 Mac Force Ford.
And next, we're going to go and interview the man himself, Kimi. Gave little man that push. Kimi, do we have you here?
Hello.
Alrighty, Kimi. So 3rd place, ultimately a decent finish. You didn't wreck out like the late model races, but you got 3rd place and you helped a friend win. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. That was one of the most funnest races I think I've ever done ever. Like in those leagues, man. That was so much fun. Towards the end of the finish, I knew I could have probably went to the bottom, but I didn't want to wreck myself off of my teammate Bubble, so I just chose to push Little Man. So that's how I felt, bro. Just like, yo, Little Man, go get it. That's honestly how I feel, bro.
And it gave him the push to get it at the end. Yeah, are you racing next week, right?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna ask the same question. If you make it into that race, which you should, how do you think you're gonna do for the Lucas Oil 110?
Yep, 110.
110 for Phoenix. How you feel?
Phoenix is, well, if we're doing Old Phoenix gonna be pretty. It's gonna be probably bumpy. I mean, it's pretty. I'd say it's a pretty cool track. It's unique. It's got a dog leg. Not 4 turns. In my opinion, that does have 5 turns, but but some people differ. But I think Phoenix will be a good track for me. I feel pretty confident around those tracks, and I'm just happy to have fun here in the Truck Series. And yeah, that's all I really have to do about that. So yeah.
Words from Kimi, and congratulations on P3. As we're gonna go to, I don't know if he's here. That 24, or yeah, it's 24. Colin's not here. That's Honey. He's not here, right? He's not here. The 90 is the 90 here. Is Ollie here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Ollie. So, 4th place or 5th place for you. That's a P5, better than anything else from what they got in the back. How do you feel about that race entirely? I saw you were up front with I think Carmelo during the early stages of races, and I think you popped up here and there in the end. And unfortunately, you had a consistent race. Ended up finishing P5. How do you feel?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome in my opinion. I really enjoyed the little draft at the beginning. That was probably my favorite part. I didn't have anyone to work with for pit cycles, so that's probably why you saw me coming in last, but it actually worked out for me because the caution. That was just an exciting race. I'm happy with the P5. Yeah, it was fun.
Alrighty, and as I asked a couple others, how do you feel about next week? Is this going to give you the confidence to maybe do something next week? And how do you feel about Phoenix?
I am very excited for Phoenix, but I've never been good at it. Like, anytime I race at it, I've always just been mid. But I'm still excited for it because, yeah, I guess this gave me confidence. The P5's good, yeah.
Alrighty, congratulations on that P5, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
As next is going to be the other man, the other myth. That's Bubble himself. Kim, Sin?
All right, Bubble. Pretty solid showing at Daytona. I'm not sure where you finished, but I know you were definitely 6th. front pretty much most of the day, making a lot of moves. You started second to last, and then you were up front for most of the time. How are you feeling about your race overall on this beautiful Thursday night under the lights here in Daytona?
It's pretty good. It's just another race. Really, it's Daytona. There's nothing I can really do. We had a low draft in the beginning. I was just working with my brother and my teammate, Kimi. But we followed our pit strategy exactly how we should, and had some cautions there at the end. But once the draft turned up, there's not really anything anybody can do. It's just kind of luck at that point. Take whatever runs and cut up. So I tried to do that at the inning, and there was nowhere for me to go, so I just pushed forward on the outside lane. I had a run coming down the back into 3, and Napa blocked me, and I couldn't do anything from there. I got just locked up behind the front row and couldn't go anywhere. And my race, I think I finished 5th or 6th.
6th.
A 6th place finish here in Daytona. Ultimately, still a pretty solid showing, and you're definitely one of the faster drivers in this league. I know you might have some ups and downs, especially at super speedways, considering it's just like anyone's race. But Phoenix, I feeling like you're pretty good there. How are you feeling about Phoenix, and what's your game plan for the team and for yourself going into next week at the Phoenix?
Well, it's pretty widely known I'm the best driver here at Phoenix. Last time we were there, I had the most dominant showing of any league race we had ever done. So, sorry, I just saw a Ford posted. Bro, you can't post that in the middle of an interview, bro. Come on. Here, call me off guard.
Let's get back on track.
Phoenix, I dominated Phoenix last time. I'll dominate it again. It's not even a freaking challenge. Everyone's gonna be behind the whole race.
I don't think you've raced with me on Phoenix, so a honeydew melon might be under threat here.
All right, well, very confident Bubble. Love to see it. Feeling very good for Phoenix. Hoping to get some momentum going for the rest of the D3 season. We'll see you at the Lucas Oil 110 at Phoenix International Raceway. Hoping that you have a good race. Saying that you're saying you're gonna have a good race. We'll see you there. Safe travels, and
And one more guy I want to get to, and I want to see what he has to say about that whole confidence talk that Bubble has. And honestly, Bubble's fast, so maybe it is true, but if there's one guy to contend him, it's this guy. Ford. So, P8 today, you wreck before the line. I don't know how the rules are, but you did pass the line. So I don't know if that stays. I don't know if it's a DNF. I don't know if it still goes. But P8 regardless. How did you feel about that race? I saw you were trying to go up and move up to the lead from the back. But how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good. It was a good race. I tried my best, to work up to the field.
Boy, what the?
Yo, did that wreck do something to your lungs or something? Like what's going on?
Yeah, I feel a little lightheaded, but I think it's good. Maybe it's just a side effect of the crash, but I think I'll be good. Phoenix, I like it. Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay, guys. that's gonna be it. That'll be your ending to Thursday Night Thunder here under the lights at Daytona International Speedway. Sin, give your final thoughts.
Overall, a very solid race here at Daytona International Speedway. Little Man coming on top, able to get the win side by side. Photo finish with Napa, able to get it done here under the lights in the beaches of Daytona Beach, Florida. Very nice win from Little Man. Could he keep this momentum? Could he win next week at Phoenix for Lucas Oil 110? Only one way to find out. It's here on MCRN Racing Network. I'm Sin. Marcus, sign it off.